Good afternoon, good evening, and hello, Couch Warriors. Dale here, and welcome to Couch Warrior. Couch Warrior 1, that is. Yeah, I'm that good. I'm that cool. I'm number one. Uh, how we all going? We got through another UFC. We're too deep. We're too deep, and yeah, Paramount kind of sucks a little bit, doesn't it? I wish I could say that it was cool, but like with all the random little hiccups and stuff. I mean, I'd much prefer looking at that ESPN, commercial break thing. To be honest, yeah, it's not, it's a bit shoddy. I mean, I'm hoping that it gets better. I'd say surely the Apex cards are fine. Surely, I mean, you would be insane if the Apex cards. I mean, the Apex cards are Apex cards. Nothing changes. Nothing moves there. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Hopefully, this week's card will be a banger, so to speak. But yes, so I'll be doing my prediction video for that a little bit earlier this week. There will just be the one video at the end of the week. I'm going fishing, so yeah. So I don't plan of watching this Apex card this weekend. To be honest with you, I'm looking at catching a big one. I think yeah, fishing with the boys is a pretty important thing to do in the world. But moving right along, we'll talk about some UFC 325. We'll talk about some of the fights that I thought that were pretty cool. I guess I'll just do a little thing. I was surprisingly good on my picks again. 13 fights, got 10 right, 3 wrong. Holy crap, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I, it was all those coin flip ones, all the coin flip ones where I was like, oh, I'll go that guy. Boom. No, I mean, obviously got Diego Lopez beating Volk wrong, thankfully. I mean, and still, baby. That was, I think, what everyone wanted. I mean, not the UFC, but that's what all the real ass dudes in the world wanted that. But yeah, I'll go through some of the other fights that were on the thing. We had the Road to UFC final, which was quite interesting. The first fight was Lawrence Louis versus Salangbro. Yeah, that was an alright fight. I mean, it's bantamweight fights with Ultimate Fighter type dudes. You know what I mean? So just bit of a lot of biffing, and yeah, that was great. And it was a split decision win to my boy Lawrence Louis. So congrats to the first bantamweight to come out of New Zealand. So congratulations. Moving on, we had Koichiro Nakamura versus Sebastian Saleh. So we got this fight was actually not a particular. This fight was weird. Like Sebastian Saleh, we were commenting that he kind of looked like a short Sean Brady, which is quite funny because he's also he's not exactly tall himself, but yeah, it was like a short but he was keeping the distance. He was doing some pretty good work, but then he just got clipped with this knee. But he, like, the guy was going for a kick. Old Nakamura was going for a kick, and it just boom, just mashed him. He just slimed him out hard. So so it was good. That was a good, So that was and I believe both those guys were underdogs. So that was a good, that was a good good pick. But we had the lightweights, which was Dom Mao Fan beating Sunwoo Kim. This one here was just a bit of a scrap. Again, like I don't see how far these guys. I mean, these guys ain't. I mean, Chase Hooper beats these guys. Even Cron Gracie beats these guys. And he sucks. I mean, I know Cron Gracie's not exactly a not exactly a what lightweight. I think he fights in featherweight, but you get my gist. CM Punk, yeah. No, that's a bit mean, but yeah. So we then will move on to that's the yeah. So congratulations to all the guys that won the road to UFC. Yeah, he was yeah. Give you a wee golf clap. So this is when the fights actually start, and then we had Khan Offley, which was an Australian dude. I thought he was a Turk, but I mean, I'm not exactly wrong anyway on that one. This was so weird. This one here, I was like, nah, Yeezer, like I thought Yeezer was, Yeezer was going, was just picking him apart. That he was showing the experience that he had, and then Khan Offley somehow just wrestled a bunch and and somehow got a strange majority decision. It's quite crazy. He got dropped multiple times. So that's not the greatest look to win. But hey, I mean, let's see. I mean, he might bounce. I think both these guys should bounce back quite nicely. I mean, Khan Offley. I mean, if he's fighting better, if they give him better competition, then he's doesn't stand a chance. But if he fights another Yeezer, someone like Yeezer, then yeah, I mean, I can see him beating one of those guys. It's not going to be it's going to be a decision. He's one of those kind of fighters. But yeah, so that's the early prelims done, and now we're actually into the main prelims. Now this was. But unfortunately, this was my first loss, and this was Oban. I thought that Oban Elliott was going to be tough enough, and he was. He was, he was coming in, but Malakayev, the sailor guy or whatever he wants to call himself, so lanky. He looked like a middleweight out there. But yeah, totally, just got the rear naked choke, and put Oman to sleep. I mean, gangster move. I mean, he didn't tap. So he had a wee nap, and good on him. Good on old mate for rocking and rolling and stuff like that until he couldn't anymore. But that's a little bit of a bummer for him. But I mean, but there's only good things for Oban now. He just needs to, I guess, just take a little bit of time and maybe grappling. So you can normally do grappling and stuff like that. So that's why it's a little bit older for me. But no matter. I mean, but hopefully Oban comes back from this and smoke some dudes. And then I also just got a because I was on a 4-fight win streak, so to speak. I had to lose 2 in a row, didn't I? So Jacob Malkoon absolutely pieced apart Torres Finney. Torres Finney had nothing for Malkoon. Malkoon was just a million times bigger than him, a million times faster than him, and was just all over him like white on rice. I mean, Torres he had some funky chicken dance moves. He had some funky chicken dance moves. So he didn't do, so he wasn't the dude that I thought he was going to do. So, that's an unfortunate thing. But no, very good fight from Malkoon. Just this boxing was just, like next level. He was just, like it was, that showed you that there was in fact levels to this game. And, and good win from old Malkoon. He's a weird looking dude, but, good on him. And then, I come back, got my victory. Cam Ralston, round 2 TKO. This was fight Cody Brundage. I mean, he has guts. Like I say, he has guts. He can take people, but just not enough. Yeah, just not enough in the tank, and just wasn't enough to take out the. Well, he doesn't like being called the battle giraffe anymore, apparently. But but apparently, if you want to fight Cam Ralston, Ralston over here, he is he's taking applications to fight in Australia. He's like, nah, you can come here if you want to fight me. You want to come here and fight me? You come here like a man, mate, or something along the lines of that. Yeah, so so that's yeah, so that was a fucking awesome win, and that was cool as. So yeah, so I'm back on to a 5-2 at this point, and nice. So Junior Tafa lost by submission by Billy Alicana because I got it right again. I was fucking see, I got that one. I had a lock on it. I just had a feeling that he was just gonna cinch up something and just boom, and because the Tafa brothers, they don't have grappling. They simply don't have grappling. It's just something that they. I mean, I don't know if they train it, but if they do train it, I think they only train it half an hour a week, and that's probably not enough. So that's an unfortunate thing for Mr. Tafa, because his record's 6-5 now. So it's not and that's a UFC record. So that's that's going into like Ali Faye territory. He looked good though. That's the annoying thing. Old Tougher, he definitely looked good. But it's just no MMA. It's just you're just trying to bash a cunt, and and you can't just try and bash a cunt in the UFC anymore. You used to be able to do that, but the days of being able to just walk someone down and go, oi, fucking bum bum bum. It's I wish it was still that like that, so you can get some fucking hard out cunts like that, just fucking knock each other out, like fucking Chick Congo versus Pat Barry, like one of those classic scorcher battles, but yeah, nah, you need to be able to kick, you need to be able to defend takedowns, you need to be able to take someone down. But yeah, it's an unfortunate thing. So we'll see if they get. I mean, there's not really that many light heavyweight Anzacs. So though I'm saying that though, I mean you've got Navajo, Sterling. You do have also Carlos Olberg. Yeah, so you do. So I mean, and that's pretty well it when it comes to Australia, New Zealand light heavyweights. So so they do. Yeah, so they just kind of need this dude to hang around, so they won't cut him. It's the same with Taito Iwaso. But yeah, so it's an unfortunate thing. But hey, all the best nonetheless. That kind of rhymes. Right. Oh, so we are now. Boom. We are performance of the night. A submission by Quinlan Selkeld. I didn't get the TKO part right, but I got the win part right, and this was 3 minutes into round one. It was pretty crazy. And again, just showed, not a lot of people take out Jamie Malaki in the first round. And if they do, it is, I want to say it's like a late round, like it's 4 minutes, a couple of seconds left in the round, or early round two. So the fact that he did it as quick as he did, and he submitted him and just didn't take any damage whatsoever. Yeah, this dude's going somewhere, man. Old Baker boy, fucking Quaylen Selkeld. But it's a fucking certainly an interesting name, and it's certainly an interesting slug. I mean, can you envision Quillen Selkeld's moustache on Jamie Malaki's eyebrows? I think that would be fucking weird. It looked fucking just wrong, I reckon. Yeah, but no. All in all, this was a great scrap. This was a great scrap for a while it lasted, and then finally, well, moving on up the card. This was this. This is what made me a little bit sleepy. This fucking old Taito Iwaso. Intelligent as Europe. This fight was a blob fest. I mean, if they say it's a blob fest when it's Shamil Gaziev versus someone. I mean, at least Gaziev actually has technique when he's throwing these things. These guys just after a minute they're like They were dead. Yeah. It was crazy, and Television Jazeera, um, yeah, he needs to work on that cardio if he wants to be a contender. He needs to work very hard on his conditioning because yeah, you can't be just knocking people out in the first minute or first couple of minutes and that's it. Yeah, um, no, it doesn't work like that. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, it does sometimes, but you need to learn how to use some technique. Use some technique. Like Taito Ivasa actually had some. He actually had some technique in some points. He had television wobbled. He had, and it's just there was just so many just low IQ moves in this fight, and it just made me just it just yeah. This one got me close to falling asleep. I'm getting the yawns. I'm just getting the yawns just thinking about it. To be honest, I'll move on to an exciting fight. Um, Rafael Fiziev versus Mauricio Hufi. So our boy, I got this one right. This one was my coin flip that I thought that because I was like, Fiziev is just too massive, but he was too slow, and he wasn't. And Huffy did the great thing of just not falling for things, not falling for trying to be a showman, and actually just slowly did some stuff, and he was just popping off these shots, and he's just slipping and sliding. This fight was absolutely fantastic, and a really awesome win for Hoofy, and congratulations on him getting into the top 10. I mean, this is a top 10 fight. I mean, hell, I mean, who's coming off a win in that kind of range? I mean, there is that Brian Ortega fight. Brian Ortega's pulled out for the 8,000th time against Moicano. Moicano looks like he might already have a fight booked, or a replacement fighter for it. So, hell, if Harvey wants to, come back, a few months later against Brian Ortega, not a terrible, little high stakes card, or high stakes thing. That's a co-main event kind of. Imagine that again. Or that's even a main event. At Brazil or like one of these, out of America kind of main events. Probably not China, but yeah, somewhere like where's that place? Like Azerbaijan or Cortea or maybe like even like a desert, even like a desert one. But yeah, but who knows? But either way, Javi is. I think he's kind of shaken off that aura loss from BSD. Speaking of BSD and aura, I think old mate has a chance. There we go. This was an absolute banger of a fight. This here, I'm just surprised that it went for as long as it did. To be honest, it could have been stopped a little bit earlier. Maybe not by much, like maybe 5 seconds. Maybe just maybe one more of those exchanges because he was in a he was trying to get an arm triangle for a long time, which seemed to be 10 minutes, but it was pretty much. It showed that Dan Hooker had actually been defend. Like he just again, Dan Hooker showed that he has some great techniques. The teep kick. I mean, he had BSD like wobbled and going in the first round. So Dan Hooker won that first round nice and easy, but the kind of plodding and methodical. I don't know the word. One of those just slow and plodding kind of things, just one thing at a time. I'm just gonna do this, bing bang boom, and then boom, and eventually thing. And then Dan Hooker went for a takedown for some stupid fucking reason. He's like, oh yeah, fucking boom, try and go for a guillotine and stuff like that. But it's like, nah, it's just, yeah. Again, it's just the days of that kind of thing happening to these opponents is long gone for Dan Hooker and that, because he's fighting top 10 dudes and dudes that want to go for the belt and all this kind of stuff, and so you should know, but it be what it be. It is what it is, as Max Hollywood would say. And then finally, well, I'll move on from this because it's making me sad. Bum, we had Fight of the Night, which should not have gotten Fight of the Night, to be honest with you, but that is just. But this one was again so we had a bunch of exciting fights. But there are probably three not so great fights. It was Talijin Dessera and Taidu Ufasa, Khan Offley and Old Mate and Yiza, and Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. These are the three. And Malkoon versus Finney. Like those ones were probably the lesser, well, not the lesser, but like they were the less exciting fights. And this one here was no different. I am. Yeah, no, this one here was real weird because I hate judging round by round, because I don't know what they're judging, because you go based on some of the scorecards from some of the other fights, and you go, oh, but they scored it like that for this dude, and they scored it like that for that dude, and so you kind of, so I honestly, because I didn't know what they were thinking, I just said two apiece at the end of the fourth, because you just didn't know. I mean, I had Volk. I had Volk. I had Lopez probably kind of like skidding. Yeah, 2 rounds. Like definitely one round. Definitely the round that he knocked Volk down. Definitely that round. But I can't remember what other round. It definitely wasn't round 5. That's for sure. That was the one where he hit him in the Boston Crab. Yeah, and having him sniff his farts and all that kind of stuff. So so Volk, he came away with a pretty. I mean, it was just a repeat, but like just an even more dominant repeat of the first fight. Like it was. Yeah, like if I was properly I can't see the 5-0, like the 5 rounds, 5 to 5-0. It was definitely 4-1. So like the 49-46, I can get behind that. 49-46, 49-46, and then maybe a 48-47. That was kind of what I was expecting, or something like that. Because as I said, like it was close, but it was definitely leaning the Volk way, leaning the Volk way the whole time. So it's but as I said, I don't hate it, and congratulations Volk, and I hope that he is able to not fight Gene Silver. I really hope that they give it's the winner of Mosvar and Laron Murphy. If it's not, and it is Gene Silver or Yaya Rodriguez, I'll be so fucking pissed, and it will be fucking stupid if they do that kind of stuff. But hey, I mean, I don't think they'll be doing anything that stupid. Surely, I mean, what do you reckon? I don't know. I mean, let me know what you think. I mean, I think that they're just gonna do what they do. And they just go, well, if you don't like it, get fucked. I mean, that's pretty much what Dana White thinks of the fan, which is a bit unfortunate. But hey, I mean, when you're a billionaire, who gives a fuck, right? Yeah. But hey, thank you very much for joining me tonight and my wee recap of UFC 325. Catch me. I'll probably schedule my video to come out on Friday. But I will be, yeah, I'm going fishing, so I'm just gonna have a wee, quick prediction video for you, and a little bit of random news that has come out of UFC 325, which you generally get, a couple of wee little, updates and whatnot from people. Yeah, stay tuned for that. Like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, tell your peeps that I'm actually pretty cool. Oh well, I think I'm pretty cool, don't you?